Hello and welcome back to my garage. Today the Fabia is back. Last time I showed you how to change the CV joints and now I'm going to show you how to change the rear wheel bearing. Don't worry, this is going to be a short video because this is really easy. I did already some work at the brakes at the back. Sorry guys, I didn't film that, but his Polo needs a complete brake job at the back of the car, and that's new drums, not pads, but shoes and new springs, the whole thing. So we're going to shoot that. And because we do a full brake job for the Polo, I thought I don't going to shoot this. But back up a little bit. The car needed new brake shoes at the back because it failed the annual safety check. And the reason why was the brake difference between the rear wheels was too much of a difference. I don't exactly know how much, but there was a big difference. The rear brakes deteriorate over years. Well, they crumble, to say, and that's exactly what happened to these brake shoes. On one side, one piece was missing. I don't say missing, but heavily corroded, crumbled, how do you want to call it. I noticed that one of the wheels was turning really heavy. So I thought first that the brake shoe was coming off. It happens that the material comes off the metal, shoe that can bind and, cause the wheel to turn very heavy or even come to a complete stop. But that wasn't the case. I took the drum off and I noticed that the wheel bearing was turning really heavy. At that point I know that the wheel bearing was just shot. And another problem was because the wheel bearing was shot and it generated, of course, a lot of heat. The drum warped. I tried my best on the lathe to get it some decency back, and it wasn't perfect, but the car at least passed the annual safety check. Yeah, I know, with a crooked wheel bearing, not very pleasant to drive it, but for the time being, fine. So we're now a week later. I've got a new wheel bearing and that's just going on the car. Enough said, let's get going. The wheel is off. Be sure that you don't put on the handbrake, and for some reason it is now spinning a lot easier. But that's probably because the car just drove a couple of miles to get here. So still it is a bit tight, but not as tight as it was last time. And also I don't remember for sure if it was this side or the other side, but I did believe it was this side. And because I had it off just last week, this is not going to take a lot of effort. Normally this is pretty stuck, and the reason why is there's going to be a ridge inside the drum. But because I turn it on the lathe, that ridge is gone. So most of the time there is here on the inside a ridge, and I turn it out a little bit. But just keep trying, just hammer it on the side a little bit, and then eventually you will get it off. This is what I mean. It is really stiff, and this is not normal. Definitely not normal. But it got good brake shoes. Be sure you have a 12-point socket, and I believe it's a 30. This is a 32 and it's, well, it's not the best, but it is what I have. I just keep forgetting ordering the some 12-point sockets. And that's it. Just put it on the other and, well, put everything back. The only strange thing I find is that the inside, it's an open race. It's not sealed. That's so very weird. Also at least I think it's the original one, is also open. It's really odd. The first thing I want to do is just put it full of grease, but that's probably not the best thing to do. If you don't get it on there in one piece and you want to, well, remove it because you cannot get it on there, be sure you held your fingers right here. If you don't do that, this inner side is coming off and the bearing is trash. So be sure to do that. But I don't get it on there as easy as it should be. So let me clean it up a little bit. And as you can see, this bearing is spinning much more freely than the old one. So, next up is the cap. Did you know you have special installation tools just for this cap? And if I don't get it on there pretty quick, then I wish I had one. Next up, the brake drum. As you can see, this is a new one. Get it as clean as you can, even if it is an old brake drum. Just clean it up with some brake cleaner. And just hit it with a little bit of anti-seize or ceramic grease. So next time, if you need to be in here, you can get the brake drum off. I can get the drum on it because it's a new drum, and so we need to adjust the adjuster, and this is this thing, in this case in white because there is grease on it, to the top as high as you can, and then you can get the drum back on there. So if you have this problem, then be sure to do this step, and then you align the hole for the screw. Also a little bit of anti-seize or ceramic grease. It just helps you out. If you ever need to do stuff in this area, you're going to be thankful that you can get it off as easy as possible. And then just clean it up a little bit more so that the rust process can begin. This shine is not going to last long. Within a couple of weeks, this is going to be completely rusted again. So if you don't want that to happen, now's a good time to paint it. And there you have it, how to change a wheel bearing or a rear wheel bearing on, in this case, a Skoda Fabia. But it is also the same on a lot of VAG cars like the Volkswagen Polo. It is almost the same from, I believe, the era of the Golf 4 until now. It is almost the same. It isn't complicated, just be sure you have the 12-point socket and of course a torque wrench. I don't like tighten this up with a impact or just by hand. Bearings I definitely using a torque wrench. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it or at least learned something from it. And if you did, please give it a like. If you want to follow me around, you know what to do. And I will see you next time. Bye.